What up, YouTube reptile lovers? Before we even start, if you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe and like. Today is going to be a interesting video. I'm going to go over how I maintain every last one of my animals. I own 9 constrictors at this moment. Each and every last one of them requires a different feeding, just everybody's different. No one's the same in here. So I'm going to go over feeding. I'm going to go over why sometimes I live feed. I'm going to go over why I feed these cute bunny rabbits that I keep seeing on my comments. Why am I feeding rabbits and not feeding, what did I get? Mongooses. I think I heard that one. But I'm going to go over everything. Hopefully it answers everybody's question. So, for starter, I think we're going to start with my right side, which is Eddie. Alright, you guys, it's my boy Eddie, Platinum Golden Child. Excuse the glass, it's on the other side. If you guys already seen my previous videos, he will rub up and down this glass, and I just cleaned his cage. So what he likes to do is he will basically roam the whole cage up and down it every single time. It takes him usually about 30-40 minutes to settle down. But this is what he does every single time. Currently, this male is feeding only on XX or XXX rats. He will touch nothing else. Rabbits, nothing. I believe he ate 1 guinea pig for me, and I had to scent that. Other than that, nothing. He's probably about 10 feet now, give or take. I've never really measured him. He's a good boy, never gave me no problems, no issues. Other than he hates rabbits. He would only eat rats. Get a close up of him. Now at the end of this, towards the end of this video, I'm gonna go downstairs to my deep freezer, show you pretty much all my frozen animals in there that I feed to my snakes in here. Check him out. Let me see if we're gonna go ahead and get this. Hopefully he doesn't dart out, because that's usually what he does when he's in a freshly clean cage. Let's check him out. His colors. Alright, close it up. Don't dart out. Alrighty, and I also had a few other people wonder or ask why I don't have sticks and trees and etc. in the cage. I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna just be straight up with you guys. Because I don't want to. These are my snakes, these are my animals. I don't want to. I don't use bedding, as you can see down at the bottom. I use paper. Actually construction paper. These cages are constantly cleaned. I don't use bedding because I don't want piss or shit, excuse my language, sitting in the cages. That's how you get bugs, gnats, flies. That's how you keep smells in your house. People wonder why their house smells. I constantly clean. I don't care how many times I have to clean. All my cages are constantly clean. And it will be hell pulling these animals out of their cages every single time if I had sticks, trees, and everything else that they can pretty much hang on to, if not rub up against. And if you own retics, you know retics love to push and rub. So that's just giving them a lot more things to push and rub up against. Alright, it's my boy Eddie. On to Mystique. Alright. You guys already know my big girl Mystique here. Go ahead and open up the cage so you can get a good look. Hopefully she don't dart out like she look. This girl loves to eat, okay? You have to let her know immediately she is not eating. And as soon as you let her know, it's exactly what she does. Calms right down. Now, I've also heard a few people say, oh, I don't hook train. I can go right on in. Well, that's cool. That's your animals. I will not be doing any of that with my animals. I have been bitten, hands, face, arms. I don't like to get bitten. There's people out there that love it. They take that as a badge of honor. Not me. So I do everything I can to prevent it. Hook training will be one of them. There's no way that I can just go running into this girl's cage. And I've always said this constantly. If you run into this girl's cage fast enough, she will bite you, period. I've walked past her cage too fast or just had to turn around real quickly and she's jumped right up and hit the glass. That could very well be me. Not having it. But a little bit to explain a little bit about her, feeding wise, how I maintain this big, beautiful thing here. She is currently on rabbits. I don't believe in really feeding extremely large or any of that case. I kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? Basically, I kind of give them small, like she's on like 4-pound rabbits right now. She can take a much larger rabbit, but I kind of break it up. That actually works for me. It also keeps down the pushing, the rubbing that retics so love to do. I find it that she almost never does it when I give her smaller prey a little bit more frequently. So that works for me. This girl will, she would eat anything, period. Live, dead, doesn't matter. I've always said if you run into this fast enough, you run into a cage fast enough, she'll probably eat you. Outside of that, she is beyond tamed. She just don't like to be bothered when she just ate. But it's my girl. I love her. Lavender albino. She just shed out not too long ago, if you can't tell. She is super bright right now. I don't know if this light's picking up that beautiful color. So basically, if she has a smaller rabbit, let's say I give her 2-pound rabbit, I'll probably feed her again anywhere from 7 to 10 days. And she'll let you know when she's ready to eat. Trust. Larger, spread it on out a little bit more. So it all pretty much depends on the size, the weight. But currently, she's on 4-pound rabbits roughly every 14 to 20 days. Guys, check her out a little closer up to her. Like I said, this is what works for me. I've been dealing with large constrictors for roughly about 15 years. I am still learning every single day. I don't think I'm a genius or know-it-all, but I am very knowledgeable. And these are things I'm sharing with you guys, the things that work for me. Every snake is different. Every snake requires its own care, its own special care. You can't expect for you to take care of one snake and expect you can't really, what's the word I'm looking for? Let's say, I can't take care of Mystique the same way I take care of Selena. They're two different snakes. Even though they're both retics, they require two different types of requirements. And I'm going to explain all of that here. Damn, she's beautiful. I'm looking at this in the camera. You guys see that? She's still digesting that 4-pound rabbit. All right. On to one of my other girls. I think we're on to Michonne. All right. This is one of my other girls, Michonne. She is a Phantom Tiger het albino. Beautiful girl. She just got moved up. If you check my last video, she just got moved up into a 4-footer. She's curled up over here, loving it. Currently, she is on, she's another girl of mine that will eat anything, just like Mystique. She's guinea pigs. I have not tried feeding her any rabbits yet. Do plan on it though, and I'm sure it will not be a problem. She's pretty much taken everything from me. Guineas, no problem. Double X rats, no problem, without hesitation. So, you guys check her out a little bit. And she just had a huge pregnant guinea pig. When was this? What's today? I think it was Monday, I believe. You still see a slight lump. Super tamed, super chilled, but like Mystique, you go running into a cage real quickly, she will mistaken you for food. This girl has bit me right in my face on accident, but received a pretty nasty bite right over my eye one time. And that's from moving quickly, going right on into her cage. Not hook trained, not well. She is hook trained, but I just went in without using my hook. So basically, I deserved that bite. She's checking it out, look at the hell. Yeah, she's loving a new cage. Love how she curls up like this. She's usually always in a cinnamon roll or usually some type bundled up like this. Love it. She's on frozen thawed right now, which another thing I'm gonna explain here. I posted a couple of videos of live feeding, and you know, I receive my fair share of comments. So to explain a little bit why I feed live and why I feed frozen thawed. Currently, right now, everyone is on frozen thawed. All 9 of my constrictors are on frozen thawed right now. But they weren't always like that. And it took some time. So basically, when I'm live feeding, I'm basically sharing my experiences. It may be the first time they've ever eaten, or it probably was just, I just need to feed live right now. I don't have any CO2 or anything to put them down with, so I'm going to feed them live. Looking beautiful. All right. So, for instance, let's say I'm going to go into right on down my girl Selena here. If I'm introducing a new prey item, I usually do live. That's what works for me. A lot of people don't like live. I understand that. It sucks. But snakes gotta eat. Period. You own these pets. It's your responsibility to take care of them. And like I said before, every snake is different. So not every snake will accept a frozen thawed animal, a dead animal. Not every snake will accept a rabbit, for instance. So this girl will not accept anything unless it smells like a rat. Period. If I try to put any rabbits in there, guineas, nothing. As soon as I sent them, she'll take it down. Check her out. She's up under that heat panel right now. Girl, though. She is currently on 2-pound rabbits that I have to scent down extremely well for her to take. Let's check her out a little bit and make sure so she doesn't dive at me. Now, just quick little tap and everything's good. She doesn't bother me. She knows it's not feeding time. No bother. How beautiful she looking. She laid up like just in that bunny. Also, which brings me to my next thing here, because I believe I had a comment on why I feed rabbits. I am not the first man, the first snake owner to feed rabbits, and I don't understand why I have received so many comments like I am. Rabbits are a main source, and especially large constrictors' diets. Everyone we all use rabbits, live, dead, whether we killed them or the snake killed them. It doesn't matter. We all use rabbits as a main source. Some use chickens, a lot use rabbits. As they get older, they require larger meals to keep them satisfied. If we would continue using rats, we'll probably have to feed them 10 of them just to keep them satisfied. When in actuality, we can give them 1 rabbit and they'll be fine for weeks. I hope that makes sense to a lot of people that have been leaving me comments like crazy about why I feed rabbits. If you don't believe me, look it up. Don't mean to sound rude, guys. Just receiving a lot of crazy comments, yo. I know it's just a lot of people that just simply just don't know. They don't own large constrictors. Damn, she's looking good. All right, let's go on to my next. This is my girl Gia, and we're gonna try to hurry this up a little bit. The video may cut out, so we may have to go into a part 2. But it's my girl Gia, white face genetic stripe. She is currently on large rats every 7 days, doing beautifully on them. Now, if you haven't noticed, I also have different water dishes for pretty much everybody. Some of my snakes, they like to push or rub, some don't. So we try to get a safer water dish here that if she happens to push or rub up against it, she doesn't tear open her face. So basically, my youngers, my young babies, usually get fed every 7 days, just like clockwork. My older ones, juveniles, well, they're not really, they're close to being adults. Older, their feeding schedule is usually everywhere, depending on the size per item. You guys remember my daughter's ball python, which is doing wonderful. You see prior videos of her, especially when I first got her. Daughter's doing a wonderful job at taking care of her. Check her out. Beautiful. She is a blue-eyed leucistic. Currently feeding on, what is she feeding on right now? I believe medium rats. Every 7 days. Alright, on to my next. Like I said, this video may cut out, so I may have to go to a part 2. I didn't think this video would be that long. Alright, let's go on down to Afeni, my orange globe monthly, which she should be getting ready to get moved out. Just bought a whole bunch of animal plastic cages, so a lot of these girls are getting moved out of their racks finally. She is looking wonderful. She just shed out too. Check it out, check it out. Look at that. She is currently feeding on extra large rats every 7 days. Growing beautifully. I cannot wait to see her in a display cage, in her new animal plastic cage. Cannot. All right, let's go on down to the next. Also, if you haven't noticed, my babies are grown out of a rack, which I believe is the best thing for babies. Keeping them secured, maintaining heat, humidity. This is my green anaconda that you guys already know about. This video is about to be cut, so we definitely gonna have to do a part 2.